first realised there was a problem with the relationship when I started work after a period of illness. I'd been with my partner for about 2.5 years, and I started to notice that my experience was very different to my work colleagues. I remember saying that I had to leave work at a particular time or I'd be late home and get into trouble, and the look my colleague gave me was one of sheer astonishment. I'd assumed that everyone had to report in several times a day and return home at a certain time. I guess I assumed this was normal. I arrived at work with bruising on several occasions, and my friends and colleagues would often encourage me to leave her, or at least consider moving out for a while. The birth of Matthew was a significant point in the relationship, and he was immediately a problem, in the fact that he drew my attention towards him and away from her. The abusive behaviour increased, and I experienced more controlling behaviour and physical abuse. My mental health suffered, and I began to self-harm more frequently, as well as experiencing suicidal thoughts on a daily basis. I tried to protect Matthew from most of the destructive influences in the home. Most of the physical abuse happened once he was in bed, but my partner's pattern of controlling and psychologically abusive behaviour happened almost constantly. About 6 months before leaving the home, I challenged my ex about her behaviour, asking, "Why do you hurt me?" Before this, her answers had been limited to, "I was only playing," or "Don't be such a wimp, it didn't hurt." But on this occasion, she admitted that sometimes she hurt me just because she wanted to. Due to my mental distress, we were referred to social services by the hospital several times. We were allocated a social worker who invited someone from Trident to a planning meeting where we began to work out a way for me and Matthew to leave our home safely. The allocated worker from Trident was a source of massive support, and there is no way I would have been able to leave the relationship without her. After the actual move, where my son and I fled to a different town, my ex involved the police, and as a result of this, my case ended up in the criminal court. My support worker came with me, and without her I would have struggled to go through the process. Even now, 18 months on from leaving, I know I can call on her and she will do whatever she can to help me. Currently I'm going through the civil court as my ex is trying to get more access to our son, and her support has given me the courage to do this. Without her, I feel I would have returned to the relationship and Matthew would have been at massive risk. But I was really helped not to do this, and our son is now beginning to thrive in his new environment. To someone in my position, I would say the following: you are stronger than you know. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. It's not a weakness to need a helping hand. Leaving that relationship has been the best and the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but now I'm building a new life, and you can do that too.